Hello, welcome to S7FX. Hello, us. So let's mark our zone first. I just clean my previous chart. By doing so, you get the fresh eye to start your analysis. Just clean up the chart first. Now go to daily. Mark the zone. First, mark the daily levels. Here I can see some sort of resistance. Then just I'm including this week. Okay. Let's just include this week on daily basis. 4 hours. Let's just make it a little correct. So we have marked our daily zones. You can see how it rejected at this area. Okay. And in 4 hours, you can see at this level the action which is happening at this area. Okay, and this area. I'll just go to 15 minutes. Here we are seeing some sort of trend line. Resistance can be of two types. First, simple range forming resistance, and second can be trend line forming resistance like this. So this is also some sort of resistance. This is a range bound and this is some sort of trend line. So here it is forming some sort of trend line resistance. Okay. So we will keep an eye on it. In US 30, let's just move to daily. In daily, you can see here we have a closing. I will be marking the closing for the candles. Here I am marking the previous high. Okay. previous high and the low of the present for our candle. Okay. And at the top, we are having a clean. Can also mark this line because you see once it retraces from here, it rejected from this area and again it rejected from this area. And if you go in the past, you can see that here the candle closes once, twice. Okay, so I have marked this area. 15 minute, we have marked our zones. 15 minute, we are having some sort of trend line resistance. We are not having some clear resistance. Here we have a clear resistance. Otherwise, we are having some sort of trend line resistance. We have to keep an eye on both type of resistance, trend line and range bound. Sometimes what happens, break from the trend line resistance comes to this range resistance and then just bounce. We will keep an eye on this resistance also. Then we are having some sort of resistances at this area. And why we are marking this? Because sometimes what happens when you take an entry in the trade, so you will start hesitating where you will place your take profit. So that is why just give me a second. I am having clean the previous all drawings so that you get the fresh chart. Because every day your analysis must be fresh. If I look at this area, we are having some daily resistance. This I'm including this week. It comes down, then we are having some sort of resistance at this area. See, once the candle reaches at this place, it drop again closes at this place, same area. If you go back, you can see here you are having some sort of resistance. Just this line. 4 hour, you can see there is some sort of zone which is forming from this level. 4 hour, it is clear. 4 hours. 15 minutes, we are having some sort of zone at this area. See this sort of false breakout candles. But I would not like to take an entry at this area after the closing of this candle. Why? Because see, my exit will be somewhere around this area. So why will I take my entry at this area? There is no option to take the entry and here and just exit at this place. I need minimum 0.5 or at least 0 0.7, 0.5, 0.8. Because my risk is always 1%, but I close my entry mostly at around 0.5 or 0.6. Now here I am getting a nice move to the down. Let me just uh, open one more chart to my other screen. So it becomes uh, easy for me to keep an eye on multiple charts. So here I would like to place an entry because 15-minute candle has been closed. So I would like to place an entry at this area. My exit will be somewhere at around this area. And once this candle comes down, then I would like to place my stop loss somewhere around this area. Somewhere around this, let me check it on 5 minutes. Let it about this candle. Okay. So in this trade, my risk will be 0. See, at this point, you can see my risk is I'm risking 1% to get 0.8%. But actual, when let's suppose a candle comes down like this and tags me in, and the next candle just forms like this at this place. What will I do? I will just close my entry somewhere around this area. Okay. Why? Because there is a high chance that it will just go inside the range and start giving me some sort of corrective market. So why would I still in this entry? And we are having some uh, there is some entry in gold also. So let me just look at that. You can see we had marked already our zones in the gold, and you can see 15 minute rejected beautifully. Okay, but I will be waiting for the close of this 5. I will be waiting for the close of this 15-minute candle, then I would take the entry. Otherwise I don't want to take the entry. Gold is coming down nicely, but I don't want to just jump into the trade on the close on the 5-minute candlestick. I would like to wait for at least 15-minute candle to close. See, I take entry on 15-minute candle to close, and I place my stop loss according to the 15-minute candle, but I exit my position on 5-minute candle if it goes uh, against me. This is the reason why we should not jump into the trade just by looking at the candle. Why I did not place my entry at this market order? Because I know sometimes what happens, market see breakout. If I would like to take an entry in this candle, I would definitely place my entry at this area. At this area. Okay. Not I will not place it as a market order. Because if the candle is a fake out candle, then it will not take me in. Okay. This is the reason why I place a sell stop or buy a stop rather than placing market order. This is the other trick which I use to avoid fake outs. Gold is falling heavily. You can see still we have this is a 5-minute candle. This is a 5-minute candle. I will be waiting for next 10 minutes to see whether it's a nice move or it is just a fake out. Don't afraid of taking a big stop loss. No, because it does not matter how big your stop loss is. If you are risking certain percentage, then don't increase that percentage. Okay. If you have bigger stop loss, then that is fine. TJ is still our well, 30 is in the range also. What I have observed, US 30 most of the time US 30 gives moves at around 7 p.m. IST. If you look at this candle, this was a 7 p.m. IST candle. If you look at this candle, this was a 7 p.m. IST candle. If you look at this black candle, this was a 7 p.m. IST candle. Okay, so I have seen from the past, like look at this candle, this black candle, this was a 7 p.m. IST candle. From here you can see how it gave the move. Look at this candle, this white candle, this was a 7 p.m. IST candle. Okay. So if you go back, you can see this white candle. This was also a 7 p.m. IST candle. So what I have observed that most of the time US30 gives move at around 7 p.m. IST. Okay, so we should wait for at least some time, or we should take entry only the high, only in higher confirmation, not just jump. Look at the gold. See, this is the reason why I wait for the close of the 15-minute candle. See how it retraced back. Look how it retraced back. And if let's suppose I take the entry on this candle just after closing of this candle, then I would be in the drawdown. And that is why I always wait. I prefer to wait for at least 15-minute close. AJ, of which strategy, Kapil? Is it GT strategy or this strategy which I'm currently using? Which files you on? AJ, I did not make any analysis, so let's just make some analysis on AJ. Till then, I will be keeping an eye on other pairs. Believe me, like this is, I will not say that this is the best strategy, but in any strategy, consistency is the key. Consistency. Gorilla is not a bad strategy. I would not say that is a like bad strategy, but there are some. I would say that there are certain drawbacks of that strategy. Every strategy has certain drawback, but uh, like that strategy was not fitting for pro firms. That is why I just left GT. It is my feeling that it is not suitable for pro firms. In pro firms, what I have observed that they need intraday type of a strategy where you take entry in 5 minutes, 15 minutes candle or maximum 30-minute candle, where you should where you get entry on daily basis. Gold retraced completely. It is some type of break and retest strategy. I used this strategy to pass, like to win the competition of my what was the name of that perform funding talent. I won 100K account just by using this strategy. That time I was learning Gorilla, but in Gorilla I did not have that much confidence at that time, so I used this strategy to win the funding talent competition. It was working good, but I was like, so this strategy is some sort of break and return strategy. You can, if you want to just take a reference, then this is some sort of Raja Bank strategy. If you know his channel, some sort of Raja Bank strategy. But he take trades on. He just take one trade, or he take trade on 30 minute or 15 minutes. But I do take trades in 5 minutes also, and I do not restrict myself to just one trade or two trades. If I get a three or four trade, then also that is fine. But I have my uh, losses fixed. Like if I get three losses in a day, I will just stop trading. Three losses, not like 3%, but like 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, three losses. I just stop trading for that day. If I get two consecutive losses, then I just stop trading for that session. Cut the gold. It just retraced all the way back up. And this is the reason why I always say to wait for at least 15-minute candle to close. Look what happened with the gold. You see, it came down at this area. Look how bearish this candle was. Yep, he uses 15 minutes. I also use 15 minutes, but my management is based on 5 minutes. Look, this is the reason why I always wait for 15-minute candle to close. If I would have taken this entry at the close of 5 minutes, it would be a loss. DJ also, I did not take the entry at this area. See, in 15 minutes, it was a good entry. But again, I did not just jump on the candle. I placed my order sell stop at this area, and I waited for the candle to come down and take me in. You see, if you use this type of order, then see, you could save your 1% loss at this area. This was a fake breakout. You could save your 1% at this area. This was a fake breakout. And I saved my 1% at this area. This was also a fake breakout. This black candle. See this black candle. See this white candle. If you were used sell stop loss at this area, buy stop at this area, mark my support and resistance on daily no, on daily time frame, and then on 15-minute and 5-minute. Daily 4 hour, major support and resistance daily 4 hours, and then 5-minute, 15-minute. Let me just mark my. See these lines, these blue lines are 4 hour resistance. Those come out of zone, and this yellow lines are daily resistance. I will be making an alert at this area. I have to make an alert at this area. Believe me, like I'm trading this sort of a style from the past like 2 months or 3 months, and I can say that this is much more like relaxing sort of strategy than Gorilla. In Gorilla, my 24 hour in my head just chart, trading view. In my sleep also, I used to think about trading view. Sometimes what happens, like I'm sleeping and in my mind, I was thinking like there is a bullet setup which is forming. Like it was very like in 24 into 7, 24 into 5. Just the chart. That is not good for long term for your health. And it was also not good for like for our relationships. If you have your girlfriend or if you have some good friends, let's suppose you are sitting in a cafe with your girlfriend and you just put out your phone and start scrolling, looking the charts. What impression you are giving to your friend or a spouse? Suppose you are sleeping with your spouse and in the middle of the night you just wake up and just some alert. rings on your phone and you wake up and start scrolling the chart, she will think that you are going crazy. Here I am removing my order at this area. Let's just mark this as a 5 minute resistance. Once a nice 15-minute candle will close down at this area like this, I would like to place an entry, this sort of candle. Then I would like to place an entry at this area like this. A stop loss will be above this candle. Take profit will be somewhere around this area, around this resistance zone. No, I do trade. I do trade, but right now I'm just waiting for my payout in my funding capital, funding account. And believe me, I was just wanted to talk about this. Like my forex fund, like I don't know why they are taking a lot of time. Like my bi-weekly payout date was 29th of May, and it's still 2nd of June, and still they are just when I is today I was very frustrated with them. It was my fifth mail. I send a fifth email to them, and they just said that wait for 24 hours. I mailed them that 24 hours has been passed, and I still have not got any confirmation mail about my payout. So they just email that wait for 24 to 72 hours. And that is why I always prefer your own capital. If you have your own 10K, it is equivalent to your like 50 or 60K, 50 or like 80K of your funding capital. Your 10K capital is equivalent to your 50 or 80K funding capital. This is the fact. So if you have your, if you pass your challenge, then make a primary focus to just make at least a 10K of your own capital, live account of 10K at least. This should be your goal. Once you pass any challenge like uh, 50K or 100K, because if you pass a 10K or 20K challenge, then it will become difficult to make a 10K live account by just 10 or 20K perform challenge. For hours, it is a nice breakout. If you consider this, I don't know about FTMO, like how their support system works, but my forex fund support system is not good. They just give you one email in one day. You have to wait for entire 24 hours for to just get one more email. That is very sad. They are earning a lot of money, then why they don't improve their support system? I don't. For me, if you ask from me, then I used to trade with EXNS back then in 17 or 16, I had an account with EXNess, and it was fine. It was good. EXNess. They had their local payment system. But if you are planning to open a 10K account, then you must contact some you must have contact some of their internal employee if you want to open uh, like 10 or 20K account. Yes, Rishabh, I have stopped using GT strategy. You see, this is the reason why you should always wait for the 15-minute candle to close. Yesterday also I took one loss just for not taking, just for not waiting the 15-minute to close. I have marked my alert at this area, and I have marked my alert at this area. And let's wait. AJ is giving some nice move. But still, in AJ, I'm not confident to take the trades. And if you go to the Gorilla website, they have just reduced their fees. You go to their site. It is Gorilla Trading. You can see the fees. When I joined Gorilla, it was see it. I joined Gorilla for 3 months, and it charged me around 249 pound for 3 months. And right now they are giving 149 pound lifetime access. You can see this. This is at their lifetime access was somewhere around 999 pound. I remember 999 pound, or it was there was no option of lifetime access, but 149 was like I joined Gorilla back in 2021 in March. There I paid around 249 pound for just 3 months. Now they are reduced it to 149 pound for just lifetime subscription. in intraday, if you want to get success like trading 5 minute or 15-minute time frame, then there is just simple one thing you have to do. You have to be consistent. Consistent, that means like just select some certain pair, like two, three pairs, and select that time where you want to take the trade, on which time you want to take the trade, and just do this thing for like for 3 months, and you will see a drastic improvement in your trading. Just one session time, whether it's a London session or New York session, okay, and fix the time, like whether you want to sit for 2 hours or you want to sit for 3 hours, okay, just fix it, and daily just sit on the same time, same pair, same session. That's it. For the 3 months, you will see the drastic difference. And also, patience is the key. Don't try to take a lot of trades on every candle. See, here, if I would have taken this entry on this candle, then it would be a losing trade. But how I saved my 1%? I just placed my order below this week, just at this place. Market never came down to tag me in. It just went up. You could save your 1% at this place also, just by placing your entry at this area. And if you will become greedy to just jump on the market at this area, it would be a loss. If you will try to take this entry, but just by jumping on the market, it will also be a loss. Just be patient. Here you can see some sort of breakout. Keep an eye, but I will not jump, like I will not. I will be waiting for at least a 15-minute candle to close about this, like a 15-minute candle, and then I would like to mark place uh, buy a stop order, not a market order, because see, this is the reason why you should mark place a mark limit order, pending order, or not for market order. So this is some sort of break and retrace strategy. You just have to mark the resistance. Let me just let me just see on daily chart. I just marked my resistance. See, this was the most recent resistance. You don't have to go a lot deep, a lot earlier. Just the recent one. Just mark the recent one, recent resistance, because intraday you have to just catch some like 10 or 15 pips. That's it. So for just 10 or 15 pip move, it will just give you that move from that recent resistance. So you don't have to go all the way back to just 2 or 3 months earlier. Just recent one resistance. I mark it on daily basis. Then I move to 4 hour. I look the resistance on 4 hour. You can see this sort of resistance I want to see. Okay, I marked it at this place. Then I jump to 15 minute. On 15 minute, I again mark the recent resistances like this. If you are trading for like 2 3 months also, then you also know how to mark the resistance. See a simple sort of resistance. I'm not drawing a simple line. I'm using some sort of uh, zone. Why? Because market can reverse from this week also and from this body also. So try to make a zone which include this week and this body. Okay. And once you marked all your zones, then try to wait for the breakout from that zone. Okay. Try to try to take the entry. See, I got an alert on this US 30. See, I got this breakout, but I will not just jump on this breakout. I will be waiting for 15-minute candle to close. Once this candle will close, I would like to take the entry on 15 minute. But if it will not close, then I would not take the entry. And again, the same thing. See, resistance can be of two type. One is simple range resistance like this. This is your resistance, this is your support. And there can also be a trend line resistance and support like this. See, and you have to wait for the breakout of this resistance or this resistance. Okay. On 15-minute close, we will be looking for our entry. And for our entry criteria, I'd like to place market or pending order, not market order, most of the time. Sometimes when in the market there are nice volatility, then in that case I would like to place market order. But otherwise, in most of the case, try to take only pending orders like buy stop, sell stop, this type. Don't try to complicate this thing. Anything. Don't try to complicate anything. Just simple strategy. And believe me, if you practice this for just 3 months or just 2 months, and you will see the result. Just 2 months, and you will see the result. Believe me. See, US 30 is making its move, but I don't want to just jump into it. I would like to just wait for the closing of the candle. Once I will get the closing, I will just place my order. But before closing, there is a chance that it will just retrace back and give me false breakout. I'm just waiting for 9 more minutes for the candle to close, 15-minute candle to close. Then I would like to place my order on US 30. Till then, I'm not looking for any trading any pair. Just GJ is in range. US 30. Gold is trying to break this resistance. Let's check the analysis of gold. This is the gold analysis. When it will break this resistance, I would like to take the entry after the closing. If let's suppose gold closes like this, let's suppose gold closes like this, I would like to take the entry. Like to just place my entry at this area. Stop loss will be somewhere around this area. Take profit will be somewhere around this area. This area. 0.8. Don't think that I will take the entire loss. Okay, I will not take the entire loss. I will move to 5 minute, and let's suppose a 5 minute candle closes like this. Okay, what I will do, I will close my order at this area. So how much I am losing? Just 0.8. And how much I am making? Just 0.8. So it's a 1:1 trade. Nothing more, nothing less. Simple. US 30 is giving some nice move, so I will be looking for US. I will be looking the US 30. Gold is also moving, so nice. US 30 is giving us a nice move to the down. But I will not just jump on this candle. I will wait patiently for the close of the candle. It looks very tempting. When when candle falls like this, it looks very tempting. Believe me, but you have to resist that temptation. Just wait for the uh, for just wait for your opportunity. Don't just try to jump on some random candle, because you know what happened in GJ. See, See how beautifully it came down and how sharply it went up. And look at the gold. It was tempting me a lot in 15 minutes when it was at this place. But again, I waited patiently for the close and see what happened. It just moved all the way back up. Look at this. I was expecting for the market to touch this zone, and the market will touch this zone. Next zone will be somewhere at around, let's check. Once the market closes above this zone, then the next point where market should go is see, this is the reason why you use to wait for the 15-minute candle to close. US 30 giving us a nice move. I will definitely take the entry if it will close like this. One zone is at this area. The next zone will be at around this area. Here we are having some sort of black pattern also. You know this pattern. This pattern. This is some sort of black pattern. Yeah. If you know this pattern, then it is like this. Come down. Like this. It just all the way back down. DJ is also in the range. So right now, the most eligible pair is US 30. You can see it is making it smooth to the down. So let's wait for more 3 minutes for placing an entry. I will take the entry like let's suppose at this place I will mark my resistance somewhere at around the closing above the closing of this black and this 15-minute candle. It will give me a nice bullish close at this area. Then I would like to take the entry otherwise. Just 30 no trade. Sorry, GJ no trade, AJ no trade. I am looking for this two setup, this two pair. Let's see what happens. Just 2 minutes to go. There is one more trick to take an entry. Let's suppose 15-minute candle goes up like this, open and goes up like this. Okay, and then comes down on the same time frame and comes down and take you in. So some traders, what they do, they just Raja Bank also do this. He will just take this order and place it his stop loss above this candle. So the problem with this type of entry is that you will not be able to reduce your loss. Let's suppose I take the entry. Let's suppose I take the entry at this area. Let's suppose I take the entry and my stop loss is at around this area. Then if the market goes against me like this, then I will be able to close my order at this position. But let's suppose my stop loss is only at this place, then the single candle will goes up and take me out. I will not be able to minimize my risk. That is why I prefer to mark my stop loss at above the body of the 15-minute, or if it looks me like the body is not enough, then I will include the wick also to place my stop loss. Gold is also looking quite nice. Again, I will take, because there is a zone at this area. You can see this zone. There is a high chance that it can retrace back from this zone. So here, what I will do, I will be just taking a limit order at this area, because let's suppose a limit order at this area, stop loss will be somewhere around this area, take profit is at 1:1. That's it, because there is a high chance that it can retrace back from this zone. Okay, but this is a very bullish candle. So here I would like to place an entry. See what I did, I just place a limit order. Okay, I just place a limit order, because if it is 15-minute candle is a false breakout candle, then what it will do, it just tagged me in. You can see it just tagged me in, and I'm still in this entry, and my take profit will be somewhere around 1:1. Here also I would like to take the entry. I'm just placing my entry at this area. My stop loss will be somewhere above this candle. Take profit will be somewhere at around 0.8. I can look for the entire this move also, but let it be. I don't want to risk more. Just this. Right now, this US 30 position is not active yet, but gold has been activated. Gold position has been activated, and I'm just waiting for the US 30 to be activated. There's 0.7%. It comes down. I'll be closing my trade at 0.7%. I will not wait for till this position. You can see this is not activated. This has been activated. Why I take this trade? Because see, I took this trade because of this breakout and this nice bullish candle. There is a zone, so there is some risk in this trade. So if let's suppose I get a 15-minute candle of black, 15-minute candle closes like this, I will just close my entry at this area. Okay, I will not wait for the entire. I will not wait for the entire loss like this. I will not wait for the candle to come down and take me out. If a 15-minute candle closes like this, I am out from this trade. I will not be waiting for the entire loss. You can see my US 30 order has not get tagged in. Let let it be. Let's look at the GJ. GJ is completely inside the range. Let me just mark an alert on GJ. This candle is near resistance. Yes. You can say that the candle is near resistance. But again, the same thing I would say that if you look if you look at this, then you will see one more resistance at this area. Okay, see this resistance. And why I try to take this entry, because I see breakout. See, if you have a resistance like this, let's suppose you have a resistance like this. Let's suppose you have a resistance like this, and before and market goes up like this, and before the resistance, if you get a range, and then you get a nice bullish candle, then there is a high chance that it will break this resistance. This candle, there is a high chance that it will break this resistance. From my experience, I have observed that if you get a range just below the resistance, and then upon a nice bullish candle, then there is a high chance that it will break the resistance. So this is the logic why I took this trade. I know that there is a resistance, but when I saw this range formation just below this resistance, and not this resistance. If you see this yellow line, these two yellow line are daily resistance. You see, it bounced from this yellow line. So as it bounced from this yellow line, so this is just a 15-minute candle resistance, or sorry, this is a 4-hour candle resistance, and this is a daily candle resistance. So that is why I took the risk. If it will not work, then that is fine. I will not wait for the entire loss. We'll just close it earlier. But you can see this thing, that if there is a resistance, and just below the resistance, if you get some sort of range like this, not very close. Let's suppose market goes up and forms a range like this, and then break this range. So there is a high chance that it will break this resistance. That is why I took this entry. US 30 is still struggling to come down. It's fine. Are you getting me, Parmeshwar? You can say I did one mistake in this trade. I should have placed my entry at somewhere around this area also. It will be a more like a more safe entry at this area, right? Or about 1 or 2 ticks above this zone. Why? Because once it, I sh- you could wait for the break. No, here I am anticipating that the break will happen. Okay. But if you place your entry at this area, then that will be a more like safer entry. But it depends on person to person. For me, like when I saw this break and a range below this resistance, then I was like, okay, I am willing to risk my 1% in this entry. And one more thing, that if you take an entry like this, then don't. If it comes down like this, then don't panic. Wait, see if in your luck, if it will not be your day, what will happen? The candle will come like this and will take your entire 1% loss. If it is not your day, but most of the time, what will happen? Candle will come at this area also, and closes will close like this. Then you can just minimize your risk and close your entry. There is no need to stay in this trade after this. Okay, but don't hurry to just close the trade if you see this sort of, because wait for at least 15-minute candle to close, because sometimes it does happen. It will come down like this and just retrace all the way up. US 30 also making its move, so I'm ready. I'm not removing my order. I will be ready for the entry. Just 3 minutes to go. And if you will see on 5 minutes, it is some sort of forming some sort of resistance. If you know the break and retest pattern, so this is also some sort of break and retest pattern at this area. That is absolutely fine. You see, what you can do, can just minimize your risk to this level. Okay, minimize your risk at this area from this area, because it has already made a break and retest pattern. But I don't want to minimize that sort of risk, because if you, let's suppose you place your risk at this area. Let's suppose you place your risk at this area. Okay, and the next 15-minute candle just goes up like this. Take your SL and then just come down and just forms a candle like this. Then you don't get a chance to like mitigate your risk, or just what should I say, to trail your stop loss. It will just take your entire 1%. But let's suppose your stop loss 1% is at this area. So what you can do, if a white candle goes up like this and closes at this area, then if a white candle closes like this, then what you can do, you can close your order at this area. Okay, and you will only lose around 0.8 or 0.6%. You could be able to save your 1%. But if you tagged in, you have to minimize risk according to the strategy. Yep. If I am in this trade, you can see I my take profit is only at around 0.7. So I have to minimize my risk. Once I'm tagged in, I will be looking for to minimize my risk on this trade. Okay, and it is very good practice. You know, it is very good practice because you will hear this phrase more often that in trading you just have to minimize your losses, maximize your risk. But here, what I am doing, I am just to minimize my risk, and basically I am playing on risk to reward. Okay, like sorry, win percentage, not risk to reward. In Gorilla, we used to play on win risk to reward, where we had like six losing trade and just one winning trade, and that's it. But in here in this strategy, you have to minimize your losses and just play on win rate. This entry has triggered right now. This entry has been triggered. It's coming down quite well. Nice. It's coming down quite nice. You can see if I would jump at this area, then I would have to wait for the entire 15 minutes in drawdown, and it will definitely like temper with your psychology. Sorry, I just muted my audio. Gold is running quite good. It just take my it has just take given the take profit. You can see it has just given the take profit. So, and see it has a potential to come all the way down at this area. Has the potential to come all the way down at this area. And gold also, I think it has also given the take profit just just some 1 or 2 pip. Let's suppose it has just given the take profit. It is just 1:1 trade, and US 30 it has just touched take profit 1:1, and US 30 has given it around 0.7% trade, and so it is 7. Now I will be little cautious, because once you get some nice profits for the day, then slow down yourself. Slow down yourself. Let's check our other pairs. DJ is still in the range, so nothing more, nothing less. AJ is almost in the range, but is trying to break this resistance. Yep, yep. You can, Parmeshwar, you can take a half of your risk uh, out of that, out of the market. But the problem with that sort of, yep, most of the time you will get set up on daily basis, because 15-minute breakout is, you can like, I am trading this strategy from the past 3 months or 2.5 2 months. almost all day, every day I do get setup, 2, 3 setups every day. Sometimes 6, 7 setups also. Yesterday I got 6, 7 setups, 7 live trades. In that 7 trades, two were losses and two were like silly losses. I would say those two losses were very silly losses. I could save those losses, but this is market. You cannot save everything. That is what it is. Gold is making it smooth to this zone. See, AJ gave us a breakout, 15 minutes, sorry, 5 minutes for the 15-minute candle plus 4 minutes. We check the zone for AJ. You can see it is very near to this zone. So there is a high chance that it can give a pullback. You look at the past 3, 4 days, AJ was quite bullish. I don't want to take this sort of entry. Page 30 has fallen a lot. You can see will easily achieve this level. You can see it is replicating this pattern. Gold has also given a nice move. It is making it smooth to this zone. AJ has also started giving us nice move. Now I am already profitable, for today, so I don't want to look anything else. No, it is practice. You should always follow. Like, don't try to. With every trade, you have some risk on the table. With every trade. So if you are profitable, then don't try to lose that profit. To make more profits. But this is for me like looking good. If anybody wants to take this setup, then can look for this setup. Early exit will be at around this area. Early exit will be somewhere at around this area. Because this is very like this type of candle you have to just taking it out just 0.6, 0.68, you know, 0.68% and 0.6, and that's fine. That's it. Sexual target will be somewhere around this area. We are not trading swing trades. So if I would have not taken the two positive trades, then I would definitely take this entry. I would definitely take this entry, but as I have taken two trades and both were positive, so I don't want to take this entry. This is a valid entry. We can just place it just for anybody wants to take this, then take. Let's suppose black candles forms like this and closes in 15 minutes like this, then just close the order at 0.5% loss. Don't try to stay in the market. The 15-minute candle closes like this, mark my word. Don't just be afraid to like, if candle comes down like this and just wait up and take profit, give you take profit. Yeah, how beautifully your strategy is. Well, you can see it just touched this zone and now falling down. Trading is not difficult. You have to just practice one. So just decide a simple thing and practice it daily. You'll become profitable. Decide one thing and practice it daily. Consistency is the key in trading. Gold and AJ is looking very similar. See, this is AJ, and look at the gold, and this is gold. Look how this candle is a 15-minute candle, then 15-minute candle, then 5-minute candle is forming some sort of rejection, and see how it is. It's looking very similar. You know, look it side by side. Isn't it looking similar? My forex fund is like giving me hard time. I don't know what is the problem with them. If their system is not working properly, then they should work on it. Their response time is very slow response time. US 30, how beautifully it is coming from this game. See how beautifully it touched this game. And see how it is rejecting this thing. It is not something which you don't know. Everybody know how to draw support and resistance. Just have to apply these things on chart. It's not something you don't know. Everybody know how to go trend line. See how beautifully it does this thing. AG is falling. Anybody in this trade? So wait for next 3 minutes. Wait for next 3 minutes, and after 3 minutes, just exit from this entry. I did not take this trade because I have already profitable in the rest two trades, so I did not take this trade. But if let's suppose I'm in this entry, then I would definitely exited my entry at around 0.5% risk. If let's suppose candle comes up and closes at this area, okay. So what I will do, I will be just placing my stop loss below this candle. Wait for the 15-minute candle to close. Once it will close, can close this trade just 0.5% loss. Because see how much I was making. I was making 0.6%. If this trade goes well, but if it does not work according to my plan, then what I will do, I will be just closing this entry. You can also think to just place a break even at this area, place your take profit like stop loss at this area, take profit at this area and stop loss at around this, or at the in the middle, so that if let's suppose comes to go up, then you don't lose anything, and if it comes down, you just exited at around 0.6 or 0.5. We have 2 minutes to look at this candle. If let's suppose this candle coming down heavily, don't panic. Wait patiently to close. Wait patiently for the close of 15 minutes. Then decide. See, let's suppose I close this candle at around this area, and how much I will lose? I will lose at around 0.25%. Okay. But if I will win, then how much I will make? I will make around 0.6%. So it's some sort of 1:3 trade. So you have to do this sort of things. See how beautifully it tested this zone. See, and see how it is falling down. It's quite nice. See, sometimes what happens if it's not your day, then what will happen? A single bullish bearish candle will form like this and take your SL. Then you cannot do anything. It's market. Sometimes it behaves abnormally. It does happen sometimes. But see, most of the time, what you will see this thing. See how it is forming, how it is going up. Let's suppose you take an entry at this area. Let's suppose you take an entry at this area. Your stop loss is at this area. And see how much time you have to just close it at manually at around. You could close it at around this area. You could close it at around this area. You could close it at around this area also. You could close it at around this area also. See how much time you have. You have 1 hour to close this trade. But sometimes what happens if it's not your day? What will happen? It will just give you one white candle and take your stop loss. Then that is fine. But most of the times you will see that you will get opportunity to close the trade earlier. Most of the time. See, if you don't want to be in this trade, just close it right now. Don't wait for the candle to just take your entire loss. You can just close it right now. And how much you will lose? See, if you want to take some risk, then what you can do? Place your stop loss at this area and just so you can just place your stop loss at this area if you want to take some risk. Okay, for me, let's suppose this is a very nice looking candle. So I want to take some risk. Then what you can do, you can just place your stop loss at this area, and you can take out your entry at this area. You can do this. See, trade is at break even. You ask from me if I would be in this trade, I would be exiting my position at this area, because we trade on momentum, and if any trade is not uh, working and it is taking longer than usual, I don't want to be in that trade. I will be out at around break even in this trade. I'm making that much of percentage so that I can pass uh, any pro firm challenge, 10 to 15%. But the good part is that you will not get that much of drawdown. If you will risk, if you will risk 1%, then you can easily make around 20% in a month, easily, by risking 1%. And the good thing is, you will not get that much of drawdown, which I used to get in Gorilla. Okay. If I would be in this trade, I would be exited my position at this area anywhere. At this place or at this break-even place, anywhere. We waiting for this much. 5 minutes, it is looking good. Let's suppose a 5 minute candle closes like this, like closes above this candle, then there is a high chance that it will give you your take profit. If 5 minute candle closes like this, then there is a high chance that it will give you take profit. Very high chance. 56 seconds to go. If it will close like this, coming and closes at this area, then there is a high chance that it will give you take profit. If it does not closes, you can take exit. Second, US 30. See, how beautifully it came down, tested this zone, and then see the rejection from this zone. Now I'm getting an alert on GJ. So now GJ is making its move. So if GJ is making its move, then definitely AJ must have started making its move. Just- Now this is a safe trade, right? Now it is a safe trade because 5 minute candle has just broken this resistance. Okay, and now it's trying to go up. So there is a high chance that it will give you your uh, take profit. But if I would be in this trade, I will be managing my SL at this area. Because let's suppose a black candle comes down like this. So it is forming a double top. It is forming a double top. I don't want to be in this trade anymore. Okay. I will be managing my stop loss just below this 5 minute candle. It is somewhere around 0.5% risk on this trade. Now GJ is making its move. So we can have a little point GJ. Let's wait for the close of this candle. If this candle closes bullish, we can take the entry. But we also have to consider one more thing, that we are having some sort of resistance at this area. Again, the same thing which I told you in the gold, that if you get if there is a zone and if you get a range below the zone and then break out, and there is a high chance that it will break that zone also. Because see, the logic behind this is, if there is a zone and the market wants to break this zone, then what the market will do? It will accumulate the power. Okay, it will accumulate the order, so that when it breaks this, when it comes to this area, the momentum has enough power to cross this area. And that is why this range is forming below this zone. So it becomes a high chance that it will break this zone also. Okay. See this sort of move. If it will close like this, I will definitely, I will not take the order, but if anybody wants to take this, then you could take this entry. Must will be somewhere around this area. Take profit will be somewhere 0.5, not a lot, somewhere around 0.6%. And if our next candle closes like this, black candle closes like this, just exit the trade. If a black solid candle closes like this, then exit from it. Don't wait. If there is some wicks in between this, then you can mark your stop loss below the wick and just set it. AJ is also making it smooth. You can see AJ is making it smooth. Okay, so that's it for today. I take I take two entries and I made around 1.7%. I did not take this entry. Okay, I was already two wins, so I did not want to take unnecessary risk. See how beautiful this zone works. It is nothing, it is just support and resistance. Why I always say that wait for a 15-minute candle, because this is the reason why I always say. is also making me what I said that if 5 minute candle will closes above that resistance, then it will definitely see this 5 minute candle closes above this resistance. There was a high chance that will take profit. If I will be in this trade, I will be managing my SL just below this candle. Because let's suppose a black candle comes like this, then there is a high chance that it can give you a deeper drawdown, and it is not good for your psychology. You know, if something is going like this, and you are very exuberant, you are thinking that I am making good money, I whatever stop loss just go the candle. Some in which trade, Parmeshwar? On this AJ or in other trade? In which trade you are asking? It just hit the take profit, you can see. So making it like, okay, let's wrap up this session. Sorry, I did not see your comment, Parmeshwar. I don't know what time you asked about this. Uh, what about a stop loss? Casual stop loss on every trade. Okay, okay. So most of the time, I like to place my stop loss below the 15-minute candle, and there is a specific reason why I would like to place my stop loss below 15-minute candle. Okay, because see, if you look at the if you look at any of the breakout of 15 minutes, then there is a high chance that if it is a false breakout, then it will give you some room to exit. Okay, let's suppose it is a false breakout and you take the entry by chance or like according to your analysis. Then if your stop loss is below the 15-minute candle, then there is a there is a room for you to exit from this trade earlier. You know, don't take the entire loss. Exit it from at this place. Okay. If you let's suppose you place your stop loss below this 5 minute candle, let's suppose below this 5 minute candle, and this is let's suppose a false breakout, then the next candle will come and take your entire loss, take you out from your entire position. You will not be able to minimize your risk. So that is why I like to place my stop loss below 15 minutes. I hope I'm clear. See, just this. See how beautifully it rejected from this one. Take this and then not even this will be a risky entry. Okay, bye bye. Happy trading. As we said, yes, and,